Hey, so this is going to be a correction video. So if you went through my other video before and we're trying to work through the examples in Codio, you may have noticed that my code here did not actually pass the challenge, and that's because I actually misinterpreted the requirements just a little bit. And unfortunately, I don't have Codio to run it against, so I couldn't verify that it actually worked 100%. So I apologize for that, but I do know what the issue is, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this out there so that you can go back and correct that if you need to. And I'll explain kind of what the difference is. So the way I understood it was you got this list of numbers, some value of n, which is the index at which the element at which to begin modifying, and then m, the amount to multiply. So what I did was I created this output list to put the modified elements into, and then we printed that at the end. In fact, that's actually not even necessary. So what I'm going to do, oh my goodness, I can't even, let's do that, is we don't need this output list anymore. What Codio actually wanted us to do was modify this original list. Okay, so we don't need to add anything to another list. We don't need this at all. Okay, we'll hang on to this because that calculation is still correct. But now what we need to do is actually modify the element inside this list and just basically just update the element. Okay, now this calculation for the index, the list of indices that we're going to modify, is still good as well. So we're going to use that. And now all I need to do is update the numbers element, or the numbers list, at the index and just reassign that value. Okay, so what we're doing is we're looping through we calculated here, as I described before, the indexes that we're going to use to modify this list. So on the first iteration, I'm going to get the first index that I can modify. So I'm going to access that element, and then I'm going to update the value with its current value times the multiplier. Okay, so we're starting with the value of n is 3, which is going to start at index number 2, 0, 1, 2, so it's going to be number 6. And then we're multiplying that by 4, so 6 times 4 is 24, and then that's going to update the value of 6 to 24. Then it's going to go to the next, the third after that, number 12, and it should update that one, and then 1, 2, 3 should update this 3 value as well. Now, since I don't have the output list anymore, all I need to do is output the original list now with modified values. Okay, so let's run this and see what happens. There you have it. We've got our full list, right, with most of the original values. We've got 4, 51, there's 24, just like I said, we needed to modify number 6, or the value 6. 18 is the same, 21, 12 changed, just like I said, and then 1, 5, and now 3 is modified as well. Okay, so that's the only change. I apologize for that. It was just something small, just a misunderstanding, and but that'll fix it for you. All right, I hope that makes sense as to what's happening. The whole object of this exercise, I think, was to figure out how to calculate this range, kind of the indices that you needed to modify. So that part still works. That's all the same. The only thing was how it was outputted and how it was modified. So that'll take care of that. I hope it helps.